I'm coming at you, retailer, from the funhouse. That's what Ann Blum calls MotoXotica, the bricks and mortar, telephone sales, and internet sales business that she co-owns and operates with her husband, Dan. The store itself is located here on Merchant Street in Vacaville, California. But the telephone sales and the internet sales are worldwide because of the astoundingly complete set of dirt bike and motor scooter parts that are carried by MotoXotica. And why do you call this the funhouse?
Oh, because as soon as you walk in the door and you see all the product we have sitting here, the scooters and the dirt bikes, you can't help but think how much fun you can have on them.
And I am thinking, Ann, that once the shopper actually sits on the bike or gets on the motor scooter, that it immediately moves from it looks like fun to it feels like fun.
And you can just read it on their face as soon as they sit on the product, all the thoughts running through their mind of how much fun they will have on it.
And what special things happen with a motor scooter? Do you have, is it different than with the dirt bikes?
Yes, definitely. People first come in and they think, oh, I'm going to save money, but as soon as they see it, the bright colors and sit on it, it moves from I'm saving money to I will have fun.
Having an undecided customer hold a product makes it much more likely that that person will end up purchasing the product. Not only that, but they become willing to pay more for that product. Why is that? Consumer psychology research points out three primary reasons. First, when someone holds a product, they begin to feel like they own it, and they can more easily imagine the benefits of actually possessing the product. Once they get hold of it, once they sit on that dirt bike or the motor scooter, they're not going to want to let go of it. They're ready to make the purchase and take it out of the store with them. Secondly, when people feel products, get in touch with them, it gives them mastery. They believe they're in a better position to gather information necessary to make an informed purchase. They will poke the melon. They will feel the sweater. They will rotate the throttle. They'll pull or push a lever. And then they'll put it back and do that with another one, gathering that information that again gives them that comfort in making the purchase decision. And third, with many types of people and many types of items and containers, the feel gives a sense of pleasure. And when people are experiencing pleasure, they become much more likely to buy things. Now you can, as a salesperson, get many of the advantages of actual touch by using touch words in your sales presentation. Words like sturdy or warm or fuzzy, or as the salesperson, running your hands over the object. That again projects that sense of actual touch. Now that is handy, using the senses of vision and hearing to bring out that sense of actual touch when you're doing internet sales, because you are in a different location than the potential shopper and the product is in a different location. It also is handy with telephone sales as well. But with telephone sales, you have an additional tool. When Ann is on the phone selling parts, she can ask certain questions that give to that person at the other end of the line some feeling that she is in touch with them.
I will ask them questions like, what is your motorcycle doing? What is it not doing? They will say, well, I feel I need this part. Well, I might suggest other parts to go along with that part also. And the biggest thing is that, we keep them out there advertising, and we don't want it stuck in their garage. We want them out riding it and having fun. So we make sure we do that by having the parts right here in the building. And I will tell them, let me go check my inventory. So that right there, they're thinking, it's there. I can have my fun this weekend. So I will get back with them on the phone and say, hey, it's here. It's coming to you. You will have it in a couple days.
And those are the kinds of things, the examples that Ann just gave, that give that customer that feel of being in touch. And that's what you want to do as well. Now, in-store touch is much more powerful than telephone or internet touch, but it does have a downside. If that shopper starts to think about all the other people who have touched that item, they may become less likely to purchase it. They may unconsciously be thinking about contamination. So I want to give you 3 tips for maintaining the advantages of touch in selling while avoiding that downside of fears of contamination. The first one is for you to have close to, adjacent to, but not in the same area of racks and shelves, some sample items so that people can feel the samples. They can run their hands over the sweater and then they can pick the one they're going to use. A second tip is do not pack the merchandise too closely together. Interestingly, the research says that when the merchandise is spaced out a little bit, those fears of contamination start to decrease. There's less fear that somebody touched one of them and it has spread to all of them on the shelf. And a third tip that I have for you is to make sure that you and your staff, with clothing items especially, frequently refold and repackage and reshelve and rearrange the items to remove the cues of contamination. And this might be a good time to talk about that towel. I noticed that during this entire video shoot, you have not been without that towel. Now, does that towel have anything to do with people coming in and sitting on the bikes? So is it that when the person comes in and they sit on the bike, they use that towel to wipe off the dirt and the fingerprints? So I don't understand that. I'm a puzzle. When the person comes in and they sit on that bike, what do you use the towel for?
To wipe off the drool.
With whatever it takes, carrying a towel or something else, build that desire, that enthusiasm, that excitement for purchasing the products that you sell by getting the customer in touch with them. It is a tactic that I hope you will keep in mind as Ann and I toast to your success. To retailer profitability. Oh, this is great, Ann. I won't have to stop at any red lights like I have to do when I'm driving my car.
We need to talk.